So this is our Deadlift Elite machine. It can do 1,000 things, but we're going to focus on the main things here, where it can do the Bulgarian split squat, your deadlifting, and your big squatting that would replicate using like a trap bar or hex bar that we keep over there. Sometimes the hex bar is a little too cumbersome to lift up and load, so this is a great replacement for people who are just looking to save time or their back from getting things set up. So the first thing I'm going to show you is that the arms can either be together or they can be separated, and that's what this handle here does. So bringing it over is going to make that they work tandemly, and then this is going to be where they work singly. Each arm is 31 pounds, which we have written on here, so 62 pounds together when you have them together. So the first one I'm going to show is how you can do the Bulgarian split squat. We've got our pad set here, and you can adjust the height just like you would do on our other roller that we have over against the wall. But you're just going to set yourself up just like you would do. You're going to set your foot on, you're going to hold your handle and bring it down and bring it up. It's the exercise everybody loves to hate, but it's really good for you. All right, so the other thing you can do, like I mentioned before, is that you can do the trap bar, also known as a hex bar squat. So you can either use these handles that are up here, which are going to put you in a wider grip. So usually the men tend to like that wider profile, or you can use these handles down here that are going to put you in a more narrow grip. So it's up to you which one you want to grab. So to use the longer ones, you bring it down. And I prefer facing this way for it, where you come down, you bring it up. You might have to adjust your feet to make sure you're in a good position, but you're just going to squat it on down and bring it back on up. So that's how you use the long handles. That again puts you in a wired profile. Or you can use the shorter hands, which also turn, so it makes it more ergonomic for you. And then you're going to stand up again with it, same as you had done before. You can also take it into where you're doing more of a hinge, where you're dropping through the chest and you're coming back up if your back tolerates such things. Okay, so the other thing we have too is it's called a Deadlift Elite. So that means you want to be working on deadlifting. So the bar we keep back on the hooks back here, and they don't actually clip in, they slide into place. So you have down here these two little hooks where the carabiner is just going to slide into place. Now, me personally, I've found that people all feel differently because of the angling of this. So try to think of it like a Smith bar where it sits at an angle, so the way you face changes the way it feels. For me personally, I like to deadlift facing this direction. Some people prefer the other direction. However, if I do that, I feel more in my back and less control. So all you're gonna do is you're just gonna slide it on to your hook, and then you're gonna make sure that you kind of like put it in place so it doesn't kind of startle you when you stand and it slides. And then you're gonna stand up with it first, adjust your feet where you need to, and then you're just gonna hinge. The big thing about why this is so nice is that you can lean back into it more and get more control, so that you're not having that freedom of the bar where you don't know if your balance is gonna handle it or not. So this gives you a lot more stability and control as you work through it. The other big thing to note is that the weight alone, I'm just gonna set this down, the weight alone on this can be enough for many people, but obviously you can load your weight onto it. So we have two places where you can load it in. And just remember, simple, is that if you load it back here, it's gonna feel lighter than if you load it closer to your hands. So if you put 25 pounds here, it's going to feel heavier than if you put 25 pounds to the back. And that's it.